Mm-hmm.
So the FDA approval of graphene as a biomaterial. So what the agencies do are publish these proposed regulations in the Federal Register, and at least up until this point, who knows what's going to happen after this week. But the goal of the UN and the medical community has, they've long desired the ability to resolve chronic disease, illness, and injury. And wouldn't that be nice? But I'm not willing to forsake my humanity for that goal. I want to be human, even if it means I have to suffer a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But technology can make this happen using graphene as a biomaterial. But then you have these 33 classifications of robots in and swarming in your body. And I just believe that we don't have the wisdom to have this technology, and you may be opening Pandora's box. And we really do not know the long-term effects, other than it does kill. We do know that. So the FDA has recently acknowledged the importance of advancing tissue engineering and the printing for clinical and public use. And Cell Length has elevated graphene infused human cell printing. So they're using actually a 3D printer with graphene to print cells, which they then insert into animals, humans, and plants. Now, it's no surprise then that the Burning Man, the last one that people could attend, was the theme was metamorphosis. And if you look at this man's fingers, he has plants emerging out of his fingers in this metamorphosis. And I'm going through this Homeland Security document right now, and it's talking about cocooning the elderly for this transformation. So I mean, it's really um, this creepy goal. And the people that put the Burning Man on, it's not the average person that attends, but the people who sponsor Burning Man have deep pockets and are involved in this whole technological drive. It's like driving cattle.
Do you think that Burning Man could be, it's like, let's say if we're going with this train of thought, that those who are in charge use Burning Man as kind of a spiritual Trojan horse to get this group of people to where they actually want them to be?
Yeah, and it's that way every year. So
That's
they have
crazy.
a theme every year, and they're just herding the people to where they want them, the
I've heard
position they want them.
also, just to speak on Burning Man for a second, just to kind of go along with this, I have heard that it's actually kind of like pseudo spiritual, and it's actually just a lot of rich people who like to take drugs and like pretend to be spiritual on Instagram going. So
I
that would
don't
kind of
know
follow through with the Trojan horse thing that I'm thinking about, but
I don't know that the people with the super deep pockets go and attend. I think it's, yeah, there's a lot of Silicon Valley people come on over
yeah, yeah,
and attend, but I think the people that are the drivers, they don't go to
right,
Burning Man.
right, probably not.
And so I guess the question we all have to start asking ourselves is, will I allow myself to become a synthetic entity? That's the bottom line question. Are you willing to forsake your humanity to save your life?
No,
Um,
no.
yeah, I'm not myself, but there are people, and now I'm seeing this graphene and the quantum dot and hydrogel. They're going to be hitting, if you participate in the medical system at all, you're going to be hit. And you're going to have to draw a line in the sand, and you're either going to stand with Jesus or you're not. That's the bottom line. So, by allowing this graphene into your body, you begin a metamorphosis process from being a human created in the divine image with the breath of God into a synthetic entity. And it wasn't coincidental that the 2019 Burning Man theme was metamorphosis, and basically the process of changing man into a beast. Now we're going to talk about quantum technology. We're going to hit a few like terms that you should be familiar with, at least a cursory understanding, so that you can understand what is happening before your eyes. So quantum technology is a class of technology that works by using the principles of quantum mechanics, which we'll describe in a minute, the physics of the subatomic particles. So those are smaller than atoms, really tiny, including quantum entanglement and quantum superposition. And I'm not going to go into all of that. There's other people that go into that, and it's beyond the scope of this presentation. This did come from that military document that I received in December. Trying to understand the way nature works involves a most terrible test of human reasoning ability. It involves subtle trickery. And who is the big trickster in the Bible? It's Satan. Beautiful tightropes of logic on which one has to walk in order to not make a mistake in predicting what will happen. The quantum mechanical and relativity ideas are examples of this.
If I don't want to interrupt, but just for our users, I know that many of them have probably seen some article or maybe a YouTube video about quantum entanglement and superposition. It simply refers to that very weird phenomenon, which it seems like when you observe a particle in space in a vacuum, it may have its position in space and time, but then when you cease the observation of that particle, it seems like it's random. So it doesn't make sense where particles appear. It almost seems as if our observation of them is what's making them appear.
Put it in blunt layman's terms.
So in blunt layman's terms, look up Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah, Schrodinger's cat. That could help.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep. So quantum mechanics